It is absolutely killer.
I agree. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's just got it's got the heavy vibe. It's got a bit of thrash. It's got a bit of that punk anger. It's got all the dirt and rock and roll you need. It's just got everything contained in one package. And both myself and my husband John, who works with ROX as well, we love it. But John and I are big Anthrax fans as well. So anything Scott's involved in is like, you know. So, but this isn't the first time you guys have been together, though, is it?
No, no, no. This is our second record together.
Mm.
We made a record, was it 7 years ago? And it was sort of put together. My son is making a funny face at me. We for Scott's, I think you probably heard the story. I don't know if you did. For Scott's 50th birthday, I put together a party, and we were very big fans of Mother Superior, the band Mother Superior, but then they were disbanded. They had broken up. And we thought, how fun would it be to hear that music again? That music is so good. It deserves to be played. Maybe we can ask Jim Wilson, who was a founding member of Mother Superior, if we can put together a band, and we'll choose our friends and we'll make a party and we'll play the music, and it'll be one night and it'll just be fun, and we'll bring that music back to life because we're such dorky fans of that music. And that's what we did. So we asked Jim, it's me and Scott, and we asked Jim, and he was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then John Tempesta and Joey Vera, and we played a show, and we played all Mother Superior songs. And then MetalBlade offered us a record deal
Warm drummer, I can hear.
It was just so magic, and the music is so good, and so that's how it started. It started as a party, and it still feels like a party.
Sometimes the best projects feel like a party.
Yeah, and I think it's tough for us all to be together in the same place because everybody's got their other stuff, their other bands going on. So, it's really special when we can come together and make music, and it's just a party all over again.
Fantastic. And as you say, Mother Superior's music is so visceral, so real. Music like that deserves to be played again and again, and keeping fresh as well, keeping in people's memories. So much of the really good music tends to get kind of pushed back further and further into the mists of time, and of course the new generations never hear it.
Right. Yeah. Well, the music that Jim Wilson writes, the Mother Superior music, and I think it bled into this new record. It's just it's very, like you said, I think you said visceral. Did you say visceral?
Yeah.
It's just real rock and roll, and it's classic in that sense. I don't mean classic rock, but I mean it's classic in that it doesn't follow any trends. It is rock and roll, and
it's Velvet Underground style time. Classic.
Yeah, classic. It doesn't follow any trends. It just always is great and feels fresh. It never feels passe.
Suits your voice as well, it has to be said.
Oh, thank you.
It does, because you're coming across now all sweetness and light, but I bet you're a hell of a party animal when you get going.
Well, there are several sides to me.
Several sides to us all. As you say, it features some amazing musicians in one band at one time. Is it sometimes hard for all those egos to kind of get in one room at once, or are the egos put aside for
Absolutely not. We are friends first and foremost. We're like a family, and we've been friends for 1,000 years, it feels like. So We love being with each other and we love hanging out. So on getting to make music on top of that, music that we all feel really passionate about, is just icing. It's all good. Fantastic.
And your first single off it is called "Can't Get High Enough." You've always got to be careful whenever you say high enough, haven't you? Ever since the days of the Doors. Um, but that's people's minds for you. But I assume it means high as in the natural high you get from being fulfilled and being happy and enjoying life. Or do
I
you?
guess so. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one thing that I think music is really good for, is that it's open for interpretation to the listener. So whatever is hits you, whatever angle works best for you is correct. You know what I mean? So however you want to interpret it is, yeah, that works. You know what I mean?
I mean, the damn Yankees got in so much trouble because when they did High Enough, I remember that well.
Oh,
Yeah.
I used to love that song.
Yeah, I'm funnily enough, I was listening to it the other day, and because it gets so much stick, poor love. But there's no escaping the fact damn Yankees did produce some really, really good music, and that should never be forgotten. But talking of music, let's talk about your music now, Motor Sister music. The album's called Get Off, and it's released on May the 6th on a very good label for you, MetalBlade.
Yes.
I mean, they must have given you a hell of a lot of creative freedom knowing the people at MetalBlade.
Oh, absolutely. You know, MetalBlade is in the States, it's run by a woman, Tracy Vera, who is an exceptional person and an incredible lover of music and all things hard rock and metal, and not just hard rock and metal, but she is 100% to the core a music fan. So she is extremely supportive and really understands what an artist needs to do what they do best, you know. And in all senses, she's also an incredible artist herself. She's a painter. But so when it comes to things like the album art, you know, I designed the cover art for the first album and for this album, and she was right there going, yep, whatever you need, go for it, let's do it. Let's make your vision come to life, you know. But yeah, MetalBlade is a really great place to be, because it's run by fans, you know.
Absolutely.
Fans of music, fans who understand, and fans who really truly love it, you know.
Everyone in the band as well has got such a musical heritage. I mean, including yourself. You know, you're no stranger to the recording studio and to the live stage. But I mean, you've got members of Anthrax, you've got members of Armored Saint. It just goes on and on. With so much talent, it couldn't really fail. If it had done, there'd have been something very wrong.
I guess so. Yeah.
You're being modest. You're being modest.
Well, I think we happen to love what we do, and also we write really great music. You know, when we play it, I think that, you know, the joy that we feel translates, and you can really feel it in the music and hear it.
What are your personal music influences? What do you really love listening to?
Oh my God, all kinds of things. Everything from James Taylor to Slipknot. You know, I love soul music, actually. I'm a huge fan of Otis Redding and Donny Hathaway and Aretha, and but I love rock and roll. I just sort of, that's what I'm made of, you know.
Yeah. And at
So
the end of the day, soul and R&B is exactly the same passion and drive as rock and roll does.
I mean, that's one of my most favorite albums is Otis Redding live at the Whiskey A Go Go. And if you've ever heard that, or if you
Yeah,
haven't heard it, go listen to it. But that's rock and roll. I mean,
it
he
is.
is
Yeah,
rocking up there. Yeah. So it's all rock and roll.
and you can't help, you can't. It'd be rather sort of odd, not like rock and roll, if you're married to a guy like Scott Ian as well. I mean,
Yeah.
he literally is pure rock and roll and pure metal.
He is. He's making toast right now.
Is he making metal toast? Is he making
Making
toast
metal
out of
toast.
metal?
Very metal. It's evil.
Evil satanic metal toast.
It's thrash toast.
As long as he's not moshing around the toast, so that I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
You didn't say that with any real certainty. You come from an amazing musical heritage as well, don't you? I mean, how did you manage to step out of the shadow of the mighty Meatloaf? I mean, you were his stepdaughter after all. Has that been a help to you in your life, or has that been something you really saw as a hindrance somehow?
Um, well, we always, my dad and I always preferred daughter. We don't
That's
say son,
lovely.
daughter.
That really is.
That's he's my dad, I'm his daughter, always
Yeah.
has been that way. He married my mom when I was 4, and he said uh right away, I'm marrying both of you. So he adopted me and
Oh,
changed my name on my birth certificate, and we were a family from that point. So um yeah, it was always very important to him that we, because words carry weight, and they have they have meaning. So he's my dad, I'm his daughter. So but yeah, I think I don't know, it depends on who you meet. It could be a hindrance, or it could be a help, or it could be, nothing at all. It just depends on what situation you're in and who you're dealing with, and who decides to feel a certain way about a certain person. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm being
yeah.
too vague, but
No, not
I
at
think,
all.
yeah, it's not something that I don't know. It just sort of existed. My dad doing what he does and being who he was, and it was always normal to me. People always ask me, "What's it like having Meatloaf as your dad?" And I go, "What's it like having a doctor as a dad?" Or "What's it like to have a policeman as a dad?" Uh, that sounds really scary. Like, what's that like? To you, it's normal. To me, this is normal. Um, you know, uh, um, yeah. Uh, it is what it is. There's lots of travel. I got to travel a lot. And I sure did learn a lot about performing and how to command a stage.
Because
And
you were on stage with him, of course. You were part of his backing band, weren't you? The Neverland Express. So I mean,
yeah,
what an education.
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, yeah, I learned a lot from him about being a performer, and about the show must go on. And, you go out on stage every night and you give 1,000%. It doesn't matter if there are 3 people in the audience or 3 million. You always give it your all, because your audience deserves it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Was it were always singing with you, or did you dabble in the violin or the guitar, or was it always singing?
I played cello from 4th grade until 12th grade. I was first chair in the orchestra, and I played piano. I had piano lessons, and I My mom put me on the harp when I was a very little girl. I played the harp for a little bit. But once I joined the chorus in middle school, I think it was always singing.
That was
Yeah.
when you really got the bug.
Yeah.
And then now looking back since, you never thought we should have done something else.
No. No.
That's what matters. That is truly what matters. What makes Pearl happy, other than being a busy wife and mum? Because I can tell you, tell you both of those. What makes Pearl happy?
Being right here with my son and my husband and our dog, and everybody's safe and warm and happy. Revel. We make each other laugh, and we're just happy. And we are a very musical family. Our son is an incredible musician. So we are actually always making music. Always. If we're not playing it ourselves, we're listening to it. It's constantly on, except for right now because we're speaking with you and I want for you to be able to hear me. But yeah, I think yeah, just being together, everybody being okay and safe and happy.
You do sound like you're so much in love. It's got to be said.
I am. We got a good thing going on.
It's good to hear. Really good to hear. So are you going to be doing any other projects outside of Motor Sister? Have you got anything else lined up that you think, oh, I'd love to go and work with so and so and do this?
I don't know. I just played, I have my solo band and I just played, getting back into playing gigs with them again. So it looks like I might have a couple with my solo band coming up possibly, but that's all in the works. And I don't know. I'm always writing more lyrics and more song ideas. I actually, in the past few years, I started writing with some country artists. I wrote a song with a country artist named Ward Davis, and he was called Threads, and he recorded that on his latest album. And that's been really fun, moving into that genre, and meeting people in the country world and getting creative in that way has been really good. Just creating is cathartic. So when you get to, it's really a privilege.
That's brilliant. Is there any sort of live dates been set up yet for Motor Sister?
Motor Sister, we're going to be playing the Whiskey A Go-Go on May 15th, Scott? Yeah, May 15th, we'll be at the Whiskey. And then we're playing a festival in Daytona, Florida called Welcome to Rockville. And there are some other ones in the works right now, it looks like. So they haven't been announced yet. Huh? Oh. But there will be more for sure.
Fantastic. I do hope you manage to come to Britain at some stage because we'd love to see you here as well.
That is definitely something that we are aiming to do.
Oh, fingers crossed. Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Is there any piece of advice you could give to a young singer just starting out?
Yeah, just sing anywhere you can. You know, if you have an opportunity to perform, if it's feels scary, just say yes. Because the more ears you get your voice into, the more people are going to hear what you can do and they can hear your talent. So if you can do that and it's something that you love, you need to spread it around. You really need to do it. You have to do it. I used to be so afraid when I was a teenager. I was so scared, and my dad would say, "You're the singer that won't sing," you know. And I really think it takes somebody, it takes yourself believing in yourself, but it takes that one person to say, yeah, you can go ahead, you can do this. And you have to believe them, and you have to believe in yourself. But yeah, go and sing for people, even if it's in your living room in front of your parents. But do your school plays, join the choir, join a band, whatever you can do. Same with
Sound
instruments,
advice.
not
Sound
just
advice.
singer. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pearl. Thanks for your time, and all the best with Motor Sister's new album, Get Off. Brilliant title, and it's a brilliant album, and we wish you all the best with it. Do say hi to Scott. If I trust he hasn't burnt the toast.
Oh no, he's eating it.
I better let you go so you get your share.
I better, exactly. Yeah. It was nice to talk to you. Thank you.
And you. Thank you so much for your time, Pearl.
Thank you. Hope to
Bye-bye.
see you in
Bye-bye.
the UK. Yeah, for sure. Bye.
Bye-bye.